Okay, Jax versus Balrog. Now, if you're someone who's not from the States, Balrog is called M. Bison, and the vast majority of other places they're not North America. I think in Europe he might be called Balrog. When I first played this on the Turbo Duo with the Hue card going through the gigantic converter to go from a Japanese game to an American system, he was M. Bison. Why did they not call him M. Bison? Well, let's see, he was a boxer who was black named M. Bison. His name was Mike Bison. Sounds an awful like Mike Tyson. So of course they end up doing the massive name switch between three of the four bosses. Sagat, they've got to be Sagat, everyone's got their names kind of juggling around. So someone mentioned him versus Jax. Jax initially was a kickboxer. But they realized the guy they had doing the motion caption was just so swole. They're like, your body's pretty sick. We need to just put you in kind of like wrestling tights. Which they did. Then later they gave him metal arms. So I'm going to do this fight twice. Once, regular Jax. So Jax went from being kickboxer to, again, special forces. So he was special forces guy on one side, professional boxer on the other. Of course, this is Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. I do a different system of experience. How long have you really been doing what it is you're doing? In close, reach, this is your mid-ground. Strength, speed, energy, and versatility. Now, of course, with this, its strength ends up being when you get hit, how much damage am I seeing, come off of your bar. In terms of speed, how fast are they actually moving back and forth? So, right off the bat, of course, this is regular arm Jax. Experience, man, that's Jax. You got a guy with military special forces training versus a boxer. Yeah, a boxer's going to do a lot of time boxing. It's not that much time. Normally, he doesn't have many matches in the course of a year, so you're definitely going to see more in Jax than that in close. Man, if you ever played Balrog back in the day, he was super great in close reach. Over time, they gave Balrog so many dash moves. I remember playing him in Street Fighter Championship Edition, and you actually could do a dash punch into a dash. You could do his dash straight punch into his dash uppercut. Because when you hit the opponent, they would go back far enough that you could be doing the charge the other time. And then they gave him like his triple punch. Now he's got like punching sweeps. So you get tremendous ability to do, to go from like mid-screen on top of his opponent in no time. Great. Strength. Like you're looking at Flesh Arm. This is Balrog. Balrog just hit like a freaking tank. The final punch, if a fight could last 60 seconds and you hit the final punch, it was pretty much an almost instant defeat of your opponent. But you had to hold down 3 buttons for the majority of the match. It was still an awesome move. Energy projection. Sorry, you've got a guy who's punching the ground and throwing energy waves. Definitely is Jax. Versatility. You do see a lot more moves coming from Jax. He does have punches, have kicks, versus a guy who's just punching. And that comes down to speed. Out of these two guys, who actually covers their ground faster? Well, I don't think that's Balrog. Balrog didn't have a lot of just great initial speed. All of his moves are dashes. So he's able to get in, hit a guy, or get in, hit a guy, bounce back from a block, go in, hit a sweep. So if it's skin to skin, definitely ends up being Balrog. So I'm going to go for the metal side. Ironically, experience still goes to Jax. In close, still goes to Balrog. Reach, still goes to Balrog. Strength. Ironically, when Jax was given the metal arms, his moves did a little more damage. Now he needed more damaging moves, which would make sense. He's cybernetically enhanced. Speed, still Balrog, because you're still seeing that in-out, you're still seeing that flow. You're still seeing that dash in, dash out sort of offense. Energy rejection, we're still looking at Jax. Versatility, still looking at Jax. So if you've got two guys who are fighting mano a mano, where it's just, flesh and bone to flesh and bone, it's Balrog. If it's flesh and bone on one side versus flesh, bone, and metal on the other, I have to give it to Jax.